Pleased to welcome Andrea Morgan to share her story with you tonight.
Wow, we certainly have a packed room today. You guys out there, come on in. I'm not going to bite. Come on in. Good evening, everyone. My name is Andrea Morgan. I'm the resilient head of a single-family household of 5. I've worked tirelessly against all the odds to create a better, stable foundation for myself and my kids, Janae, Antonio, Jade, Jalila. Despite the fact that my children, 2 of them, Jalila and Antonio, are on the autism spectrum, both on separate ends, it has been challenging for me. Nothing I could have done to make myself a better mom, but I always challenge myself to press forward towards the mark. The space we used to live in was certainly challenging. It was very small in size and it just was not going to do. I had all odds against me. The medical team was expressing their concerns about putting my son up into a facility just because of his pressing medical needs and on chemotherapy. At that time, I refused to give up that mark. I refused to stop being a mom to my babies. However, that place, man, it was just too small. We couldn't do it no more. I'm telling you, it's just like, oh my goodness. Can you move so I can move? I remember seeing the scratches on the wall from the wheelchair going in and out of the building. We just could not get enough. Spacing, we could not adjust in that small unit. Well, guess what? I pressed towards the mark. I met, I called, I put myself on any and every waiting list there is possible. Until I got to Habitat for Humanity, I heard 500 no's. But it was just that one yes. That one yes that came from donors like yourselves, helpers, just inspiration, women who I saw come out and help me along the way. At this time, it was not a question for me of what I needed to do. Who knew that I was going to be building the floors to my house right next to a board member? That's not something you see every day. I see our picture in the lobby though. That's priceless. I better take that. That's priceless. At this point, I've been a Habitat homeowner for 8 years. And I've had the opportunity to go back and support and help and appreciate all of the help that came from helpers, donors, and generous individuals such as yourselves. The energy was high, the resources were provided, and I did it. I did it. When I say I did it, I'm patting my own self on the back because it was not easy. I've survived through the pandemic. I don't know about y'all, but having kids in school having kids out of school every day was the most challenging thing in the world. And I still had to go to work full time and not miss a beat. I did it. Not only did I do that, but I challenged myself to go back to school to get a higher paying education and job to make more money for myself. Because once you come off of those DC programs, those tax abatement programs, your mortgage does go up. And I hadn't realized that, and I needed that extra support. But I was able to do it. Again, I pressed towards the mark. I say this to say, prior to owning my own home, my goals were solely focused on securing stable foundation for my children. It's not until I've gotten into my house, secured my foundation, and then started to look at other parts of my life that I was a little not paying attention to, afraid of, or couldn't even see. So that's why I enrolled in school. My son, we had celebrated his 16th birthday on the Habitat construction site. And let me explain this to you guys. Antonio is a resilient young man. We went through 9 hip surgeries, and he's walking today. We ended up not losing the hip where we were supposed to get down to the bone. At this point, Antonio will be a graduate from Kennedy Krieger High School under the certificate program, being the head of the demolition for the construction site, coming out with that construction certificate as well as high school. I could never see that in my dreams. But I'm not gonna stop right there. My oldest child, Jeanette, she's looking to buy her home as we speak now. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it's stressful. If I was like that to anybody in this room, I promise you, from the head of my God, I forgive you. Please talk to my head and not my heart. Because if I gave you that much headache, I'm sorry. I don't agree with what she wants, how she wanted it, where she trying to get it at. I just don't. Because the money is there, but her resources are aiming too high, and I want her to understand that if I can do it, you can do it too. Aim higher than what you need to aim. However, I love my babies to death. Jalila, she's ready to do her thing in the kitchen. I'm not even lying to y'all, it was scared as all outdoors. Girl, you can't stay focused for a minute. But we learned to cook in our own kitchen. We're doing our thing as a family, and it was all to the help that you guys have given. The team that I've seen along the years are powerful. Continue to give what you're giving, doing what you're doing, and I appreciate you. If it doesn't come from anyone else, know that this one right here, is taking it all the way to the top as much as I can. I thank you all. Although I'm a proud Woman's mom and homeowner and supporter, I must bring to the table next some awesome, powerful individual who brightens up my day. Got that? I am pleased to thank all of you, but I'm more pleased to introduce Ms. Lola Powell, Community Leader at the Capital Bank, to speak to you next.
Women, we've come a long way. Less than 50 years ago, before 1974, women were not permitted to obtain credit and often could not get a mortgage without a male as a co-signer. It's taken 10 years for single women to overtake single men in purchasing homes. We bought more homes than single men every year since 1981. I'm not surprised. For over 15 years, I've met strong, independent women, day after day, determined to buy a house. Many have enormous obstacles in front of them. I've seen them succeed in ways, and most of all I see is tenacity and determination. But they can't do it alone. They seek and find people to support their journey. It takes up real estate professionals with an appetite for a very different type of transaction to help them succeed. Agents, lenders, title companies all must work 3 and 4 times harder to successfully close a community lending deal than their counterpart. There is a different type of compensation, not monetary, that we get from watching it all come together. It's an impossible mission made possible. It's magic to be part of it, but it's clear that it's not us, it's the women that find us. We do not find them. They find amazing nonprofit organizations like Habitat for Humanity to make their mission, to carefully build a path for them to follow. Habitat thinks outside of the box. They find creative ways to make their magic. For example, they brought back the community land leases so that they can offer properties that are not only affordable but beautiful. Habitat also supports buyers throughout the entire process. They have to that the women do the work. They have to spend hours gathering documents, taking classes, working on their credit, finding the down payment programs inside, saving along with everything else they have to do. They are pushed in every direction, and somehow, with all the ups and downs, whatever time it takes, 90 days or 9 years, they get to that day. They sign on the dotted line, and they close on their home. We see all the photographs on social media with the big smiles and the big keys at the closing table, but few of us know what it really takes to get there. It shouldn't be a big key but a gold crown. When I see those pictures, I know it's a new beginning for them. They are now homeowners. They have changed their lives, but now they have a new obstacle. Bye-bye landlord, hello maintenance, upkeep, and oh yes, a monthly mortgage payment for the next 30 years. I always get a giggle when I go over the disclosure with buyers and say, your last payment will be June 2053. Thankfully, these smart women who took the time to find the right program and the right people before they bought now have a mortgage payment that's affordable and sustainable. One by one, women have passed the mark, the 50% mark in home ownership, and I am here with them. I am proud of them, proud of Habitat for Humanity, proud of Capital Bank that supports our mission, and proud of everyone that takes the extra step to make the magic. Thank you. Please join me in welcome Shay Dugan from TM Associates to speak from this year's Women's Build Success.
Inspiring words. I'm Shay Dugan. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for TM Associates and the chair for this year's Women Build Host Committee. It's been a pleasure to serve alongside my fellow host committee members, Sarah Alexander, Sarah Collins, Taisha Cotman, Melissa Duenas, Maddie Ford, Simone Gordon Devaney, Becky Helvey, Lindsay Johnson, Diane Jones-Meyer, Stephanie Leota Atkinson, Corinne McIntosh Douglas, and Sheila Nail. Thank you so much for the time and treasure you've given to Women Build this year. I'd also like to give a very special thanks to our sponsors, including Amazon, Lido's, Morgan Stanley, Buildable Hours, Prosperity Home Mortgage, and many more. I'm beyond proud to share with you the support the Women Build engaged nearly 50 volunteer groups and raised over $550,000 this year to build affordable homes, surpassing our goal of $500,000. I'm so excited to see that. Lastly, I would like to give a heartfelt thank you to the many volunteers and donors and sponsors who've contributed to this incredible campaign effort. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Okay, we promised this would be short, and we're going to conclude this evening's program. And thank you again for all of your support. And special thanks to Shay for her leadership of Women Build. And Lola, I can't begin to tell you how wonderful it is to hear the word magic about what you do, because you are magical. Special thanks also to the many Habitat staff who really, really work hard on all of this, especially Kat Liz. Oh, there she is in the back, of course, taking care of things. All of you have made this campaign a success. And if you would like to make a further gift in support of Women Build, please check out the QR code on the back of your name tag. There's a QR code. And we're also collecting celebratory notes for our newest home buyers. So you can communicate directly with home buyers, and we encourage you to write them on the table in the back. Though we couldn't have the reception on the terrace, you're welcome to visit up there. You can brave the smoke, and it's really beautiful. But we did a quick, as I told Kat, an elegant pivot down here to the and finally, we look forward to seeing you again soon at home dedications. We have quite a few coming up. And again, I want to thank you all for your support and for your attendance and everything else that all of you have done. Thank you so much.